Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Fastest Laps. Today we're going to be comparing the E46 M3 to the Subaru WRX STI from 2014. Should be an interesting one. Um, there's a little bit more power on the M3, I believe. They're fairly equally matched in terms of power and weight. I'm pretty sure they are. We'll check that after I've done my formation laps. So first up, Subaru, all-wheel drive. I'll be making liberal use of the handbrake. I've kind of forgotten how this track sort of goes. But this is one of the better tracks in my opinion. One of the OG Gran Turismo tracks. Just enjoy. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Nobody watches these videos anyway. Just me having a bit of fun playing Gran Turismo. I like the handling on this car actually. I mean, it's not perfect, there's a bit of understeer there, and now smacked into the wall. But it's pretty cool. Oh, and just for information purposes, I do not have a Fanatec steering wheel. It is coming, but apparently the one I have is delayed until the end of September. So until then, I'm using the DualShock, and it's actually pretty good. Like I'm quite impressed by the throttle input and the brake input because a fair bit of travel on the triggers. So it's almost as if you're driving your feet on the throttle and brake and stuff. Not quite the same thing, obviously, but you know, it's pretty good. Use the handbrake there, but did run wide. But all in all, it wasn't a bad lap, but obviously it wasn't fully optimized, so I've got to get like a couple of laps in. If you watch my other video, I did a comparison with the Integra Type R and GT86. That was quite interesting. So far, the Integra, you know, is ahead on the leaderboard, which is quite interesting. Right. I need to experiment with braking times here. I'm braking positions. As you can see, my ghost is up ahead, so I'll have to do another lap. Put a handbrake there. Handbrake there as well. Look how I caught up. So if it wasn't for that first corner, thing is with this Subaru, a lot of the time you can just throttle your way out of bad situations. That's quite interesting the way they've configured the all-wheel drive. Honestly, I don't know what's better, all-wheel drive or rear-wheel drive. My personal preference is actually rear-wheel drive, I'll be honest with you, but I'm a bit of a JDM car fan, as they say. So I brake hard here. Yeah, probably not the most optimal way of taking that. You got to brake early, but you got to keep enough speed going. It's quite tricky actually. If you're not great like me. Now remember, the same driver will be driving the M3, so there's that. Okay. This bit, I don't know. I'm gonna brake early. That was pretty good actually. That was pretty good. Although ran a bit wide there. Damn it. That's annoying. I thought I had it, but then I ran wide. Okay. Okay. Ran a bit wide there. You can't see me, I'm squirming around in my chair as if it makes a difference. It doesn't, but you know, it's all part of the immersion. Alright, well, we're never gonna set a fast lap time in that one anyway, so let's try and get it in this lap. Surely the first lap I do can't be the fastest lap. That would be a crying shame. But anyway. Alright, where do I brake? Brake here. Yeah, that was pretty good. I had to feather the throttle out a little bit so I don't run too wide. That was pretty cool. I like that. I like that. So my goal now is to not fluff the rest of it. Running a bit wide there, not great, but it is so far a fairly good lap. Using all of the track. There we are. And in the rear view I can see I'm miles behind, so I'm doing okay. It's they say slow is steady and steady is fast, and that's exactly what's happening here. Right, now I've got this tricky corner coming up. I'm gonna brake now. Damn it. Alright, doesn't matter, who cares. I'm still way ahead of my other one, but you can see like that probably cost me, you know, a good few tenths, maybe even a good half second or so. And so this will be my final lap. There we go. Exit, what was that? 154.79. Not a bad time. Okay, so you can see way quicker than the other cars. Number one, but I've only got two other cars there. So let's change the car to the E46 M3. Where's my E46? Technically this should be faster because it's got you know, higher performance points, but realistically, I mean, who knows? Well, that all-wheel drive. Oh, right, I'm pressing the wrong buttons there because I'm a retard. Anyway, let's go, let's do this. Obviously a lap time doesn't start until... Okay, why am I pressing the wrong buttons? It was because like, I used to play Gran Turismo like 5 or whatever it was on the PlayStation 3, and I used to have like X and square, like X for the accelerator, square for the brake, and the direction pad. Ooh, these brakes are hopeless. Alright, okay, looks like I'll be having to do a few laps to get a feel of this vehicle. Yeah, so I used to have like X on the accelerator, square on the brake, but when I got this one, oh, I don't think this car's going to be remotely as fast, although there was a little bit of handbrake there. That actually worked quite nicely. That's quite nice as well. That's actually beautiful. Nicely balanced on the throttle. But yeah, if you use that method, you can't actually have like that good control, because it's like all or nothing type of thing. But not the best way of getting around the corner. But yeah. This is a tricky corner. Better brake now. Pumping those brakes. Handbrake there as well. There we are. That wasn't bad actually. That was alright. I don't think I lost too much time. Certainly better than friggin' just crashing head on into that barrier. Oh, this feels quite fast actually. Oh my god, smashed that time, look at that. I think it's slightly slower, but come on. That's bad. Ghost is all over me now. Okay, so I'm gonna have to do a couple of laps. It does that corner very well. There's a lot of, like, appears to be a lot of lateral grip. Okay, a little bit of understeer, but generally very well balanced. Certainly just feels faster. It feels like a faster car than the Subaru in terms of straight line speed. Alright, brake now. Yeah, I have trouble with that corner. It's completely mess up all the time, but anyway. Feels fast, yeah. Alright, braking early. Not bad. Alright, that was the V style, taking a corner. Hit these apexes. Probably not the best way to take those corners. I'm not going off, but I feel like I could do it a little bit better maybe. But then again, this is quite a very much fight in the car here. I might do one more lap after this because I feel that I lost a bit of time just taking corners wide and stuff when I didn't have the best throttle things. Alright, hairpin coming up. Brake early. Pump those brakes. Handbrake. On gas hard. That'll do it. That'll do it. That was actually not bad. Although if I look in the mirror, my previous attempt, I actually caught up. So I need to adjust. Full throttle all the way down here. Flat out. Is it faster than the thing? Brake, 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 brake. Alright, let's call that a day. Let's exit. That's as good as I can do it. 155.1. Was it faster than a Subaru? Oh, just a little bit off. It's like 4/10 of a second. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.